All right, guys, so we're back now. We actually going on this part two of how to do an orchestral hip hop cue. I am going to we're going to add a couple little bells and whistles, a couple of might do a drop, and then we will actually wrap this one up and get this one out the door to my publisher. So let's go ahead and work on that little drop that I was thinking of doing. I want to add like a little sparkle drop thing to it. So I just pulled up here an 808. I actually have one in here right now. But we actually just going to be. I found the key, and the key is in the key of A minor. So I just played an A there. So it's an A. So then I'm just going to drag that and make it an audio file there, so I can just mute this. So there's so many different ways to do these kind of drops, but I want a drop that kind of goes doo, and I'll probably layer it and have many different kind of sounds. But I want it to kind of just go for one measure. It might actually even stop before the end of that measure, but let's make sure this is. All right, so let's go ahead and just play that again. So I want that to go down. So we're going to pitch it down as well. But there's a couple of things we're going to do before we do that. So I go to Audio Suite. Now you can do this in so many different ways. I'm going to show you a few different ways as we layer it. But there are so many different ways to do these drops. Hundreds and hundreds of ways to do it. So I want to pitch shift it. Let me put some distortion on it first. So let's go to Sound Toys. Let's do Decapitator. That's nice. That's good too. I like that. Let's save that into it. Now we're going to go to, I want to do another Sound Toys trick. Do like a filter or something maybe. Let's could do Filter Freak or let's try Pan Man. I'm just doing that by ear to kind of what would sound right. Maybe I'll just play the song as it comes in. What did I do that for? Let's go ahead and commit that. Cool. Okay, so now we're gonna do it. Now we're gonna go over here and do a I'm going to drop it down. So I use the sound shifter graphic for that. And I've got to make sure this is in the right time. The song is 104. 104. Let's make sure I add it in there. That's what we want. So that should go down. That's nice. But it's not going to go at the beginning of the song. It's going to go over here in the drop towards, before we go back into the chorus. Yeah, that's it. All right, so now we're going to do a different kind of one. I'm just going to do a signal generator. This is a little different way to do it, and they all have different sounds, different, and I just like to layer them. So let's find our signal generator, which is over here. Now we're in the key of A, so you have to find out what frequency A is in, or whatever key it is. So there actually is a little chart if you're not sure. I know A is 440, but let's go over here. And so I pulled this up, just copy this page up here, but you can actually just find A here. Where is A? There's A5 is 880. I think I'm going to do 440. There's A3 220. So let's go up to let's go to 220. Might be a bit too high. Let's try one. Go down an octave. 110. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. And we'll do a sine wave. What's this? No. Well, that could be nice. Just turn the volume up a bit. Alright, so we just generated that in there. So now we are going to affect that. We're going to put some, put a lo-fi on it. Let's grab a few plugins here. Let's do a lo-fi one. Where did lo-fi go? Alright, there it is. There it is. So we'll put a lo-fi on it. Let's do this. Alright, so just put a lo-fi on it. Let's put another distortion on that as well. Let's do another. Let's do a different kind of distortion. Let's do that. So now we're really kind of mixing it up. And there is one other thing I wanted to do on it, put on it, is the we got the lo-fi. Well, let's keep going with it. So maybe I'll just do the pitch shifter on it. It's gonna be 104. Analyze that one. That's what we want, and let's just do a little fade on that. See what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what you want. Cool. Yeah, it's just gives her that little something. Yep, cool. I think we'll go with those. I'm not going to do too many of those. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you can play around with it. But let's get going. Let's have a listen to the top and see if the song here needs anything else. Make sure everything's going to the right sends. We've got our brass. We've got our lead vocal, or lead melody, I should say. This is just our brass here. Let's just change the color there. So they're together, brass. Got strings, we don't have anything here. Maybe get rid of that. Well, we'll just see. Drums. Got drums, 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 drums. We don't need that. Unless we want to do an 808. We'll see. Maybe we'll do an 808 as the bass. So I don't really have a bass down here. There we go. We'll see. We might do that as the bass. I like to color bass red because it's pretty important. It sticks out. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, let's play it from the top. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's definitely put a bass in there. I think I want to add something else in there. What note is that brass doing? Might just even copy that brass. Actually, before I copy that, it needs to hold out a little bit longer. Dum, dum. Oh, cool. So just highlight them all. Just stretch them out. Yeah, I think that I like that. It's an 808 sub. I'm just wondering if trillion might be a bit better. Let me just copy this and try a different one. Actually, not trillion. I think I'll use contact. And there's a, I think it's an 808, what is it called? 808 Warfare. I forget who it's by, but it's really cool. Where is that? I think it's here. No, that's not it. It might be here. There it is. I love this one. Who's it by? Let's see who's it by. I don't even know who's it by. I've been using this such a lot. Just look up 808 808 Warfare. I love this one. Okay, so let's. That's a lot better. Yeah. Let's see if it works at the beginning. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so delete that track. All right, so we've got our bass in there. Let's go ahead and see if we can start mixing this together. Yeah, that loop, that easy drummer loop, there's a couple of hats that just get in the way. It doesn't need it all the time. That tick a tick tick. So I got rid of these claps because I think they're just too much, but I might just add one in every 4. Actually, that's pretty cool. And right there, I'm going to add a like a delay on that clap. Like a echo or something. That could work. No, I'm not liking that delay. What else we got? Let's go to Echo Boy from Sound Toys. Been using a bit of their stuff in this track. That's cool. I like that a lot. Let's turn that up a bit. Yeah, that's great. I'll make that second one on time. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, delete those. I'm not sure about the harmonies on those strings. Might be some clashing notes. And there I'm going to add like a ride or something, so it's just really just lifts on that last part. Yeah, I don't know if I want that ending like that. That's it. Cool. All right, so let's start heading down there. So heading down to the subgroups here. Maybe I'll get rid of the snare there as well. All right, cool. So let's the CLA 2A has quite a nice sound, so I like to add that to the low frequencies. Yeah, it just adds some really nice color down there. So it's just low stuff anyway, but not much. As you can see, it's only like I'm only adding not even -1 dB, I don't think. It's more of the color of that plugin. Those are great. Okay, cool. The one little trick I like to do make sure there's a high pass filter on everything except for the low end, the kick and the bass. All that little ear candy just shows people that it just gives your track just that extra little sparkle. All right, let's keep going here. So what I'm doing here is I'm just making sure that these compressors are actually working. So I went ahead and turned that bass down because that's kind of like the input. You can turn the bass down on the actual track, uh, and then that's feeding this bus bass with a little less, so then it's not hitting the threshold. Then you put in the threshold to where it's hitting, because you don't want to go more than -3. Kind of a safe kind of area. That's after -3 of dB of gain reduction, then you're starting to feel it. You're starting to hear it, I guess. Now, a little trick that I like to do is, if you really want that kick to punch through, just get things out of the way. So I'm kind of like cutting a pretty steep cut here on the bass, so that when that kick comes in, it really hits hard. Now you could also do side chaining and to get that kick out of the way, but I'm just going to do it this way for now, and that kick should punch through a lot more. I like that. All right, now we also have a parallel drum bus here that just kind of, it's in my template, and parallel bus compression, or parallel compression, is you've got your regular clean drums coming in here, and then you just squash the heck out of them in this track, and it's so you still have both. You're just making the drums a bit bigger. So if you just hear the drums here. And what I like to do is I put it in there, and then I just turn it down till I can't quite hear. I'm not quite sure it's in there. And then I hit mute, and then when I can hear, it's like, wow, that's a big difference that it makes. That's about the level. So it's pretty low here. It's like 32. Let's have a listen. Yeah, it just feels like it comes alive. All right, let's head over to doing a little bit of the mastering now. And I always, we've been doing this for about 36 minutes. And so what I like to do is, I want to kind of get a bounce it down to MP3, and then come back with freshies, because I can always hear exactly what's wrong or what's right or what needs tweaking the next day, or when I have fresh ears, you can hear straight away. You're like, oh no, the kick's up too loud, or oh no, the this is not. I can't even hear that. It's too low, and that needs to be fixed. And that. So I often do that. So I'll bounce down a first mix here pretty quick, and then I'll come back to it. And it usually takes 2 or 3 mixes to kind of get it right. But we're kind of all in the ballpark here. So let's head down to more of that mastering, the limiting, and the mastering stuff here. Now, if you've been following me for a bit, you know that I have a go-to plugins for mastering for the last. They usually change. Everything changes usually every 6 months. Gradually, things get changed, and so I've been using this Bax EQ for a long time. It sounds so good, and what I do is I just bump up about half. I think it's 1 dB here, half a dB I think there, and then 1 dB too. So yeah, it's about 1 dB. I am bumping it up just a little bit. This is a great the Fairchild plugin, Pure Child by I forget, Jack Joseph, I think it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So that's great. I don't do much at all, and I have a saving already set here as a start. You can copy that if you want and use that. It's just a very basic start, and then I'll just turn the threshold up a little bit to just get it working, but nothing much. It doesn't hit hard at all. And then over here I have it's kind of a newer plugin that I recently got, and it sounds really, really cool. There's a lot of really cool things you can do here. One of the main things I do is will be the mono maker. I'll put like maybe 110 or 120, depending where it is on those. Maybe a little hot, maybe 130. We'll have a listen to what it sounds like there, and then maybe I'll make the stereo not much, just like maybe 105 or something like that. I kind of like to do that just to make it the stereo field just a little bit bigger, and then I'll tweak some of the highs on the stereo field, and then I'll come over to the mono and I might bump up just a little bit more bass in the mono here. And then I have my limiter, which is set up all the time. I don't have anything more than -3 dB of gain reduction because you don't want too much. So let's keep going. Alright, so I got, there's auto listen. All right, so let me just turn that kick down. Which kick is it? Something happened on that. What is that? There we go. That's it. Cool. All right, so, oops. There we go. All right, it's just a first bounce, first mix. So what are we going to call this? Now, I always like to call these something to do with like it's a sports thing. So what's a sports kind of overtime or uh, um, hero VIP or MVP. Actually, that's pretty cool. Rise, maybe rise of the MVP. Yeah, that's great. All right, there we go. Bouncing down. Awesome. So hopefully that's been helpful, guys. And that's how you do orchestral hip hop. Many different things there. And of course, as I always say, I will go in and do another 2 or 3 mixes of this. And so yeah, you just need those fresh ears. And also, I'm actually listening on headphones because when you're recording with this microphone, you've got to use headphones. But I want to hear it on the speakers. So that's a big deal. But hopefully that's been helpful. And let me know in the comments any of your thoughts. All right, later.